Alright, hey everyone, this is our second video of the neural network series. Today we'll be making a layer class. So essentially, we're gonna make a object that's gonna allow us to handle all the values and parameters that our layers will need. So all the weights and the biases. Recall that the neural network we're trying to make is going to have one input, 3 hidden layers, and 1 output. Okay, so let's get started. We'll start by making a class and we'll call it layer. This layer class will have a couple attributes. We're going to need the attributes for the weights and the biases specifically. So we're going to input the number of neurons coming into the layer and the number of neurons that are going out of the layer. So essentially the number of input neurons and the number of output neurons. Okay, then we can go ahead and initialize our weight and bias attributes. Recall that the weight matrix is a matrix with dimensions neurons out by neurons in. The general ij term of this weight matrix corresponds to a weight that's coming out of the jth neuron in the previous layer and is going into the ith neuron of the next layer. So we're going to do this by using a normal distribution. So we have self.weights equals np.random.normal. We're going to use a distribution that's centered at 0, and our standard deviation will be the square root of 2 over the number of neurons coming out, so out neurons. We use this just because empirically we find that it's the best value to use for our standard deviation. And then lastly, for our size of the matrix, as we just said, is going to be the number of neurons coming out of the matrix. So out neurons by the number of neurons that are going into the matrix. So in neurons. And then for the biases, this is going to be pretty straightforward. We will initialize the biases to zeros. So np.zeros, and we're going to pass in the shape, which will be the vector out neurons by 1. So it's a vertical column vector. The general ith term of this bias would represent the bias associated with the ith neuron. So this one's pretty straightforward, a little bit easier to visualize than the weights at least. All right, that's it for this video. In the next video, we will be going into making our actual architecture for the network. And after that, we'll discuss activation functions and forward propagations. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next part of this series. Thank you.